Javi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at ntnm.org. Click on the pictures to follow the links to get you to YouTube. We're real big on community policing, caps24.org. For those of you who thought you were going to hear me on WBEZ not that long ago, they never called. I'm sorry about that. They called me initially, got up early, was ready to go on the show, and they never called. Anyway.
I hate that when that happens.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, I want to thank Lori Diversi for introducing me to our next guest, who we've had a great conversation before. Like half the fun happens off the air, by the way, so maybe 3/4 of the fun. But anyway, I want to introduce you to somebody who's running for the school board in District 39, which is in Wilmette. Jasmine Hauser. I used your maiden name. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Jasmine, how you doing?
Avi, it is a delight to be here. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, and
yes.
thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell us, why do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to do this?
Okay. Well, I'm one of those moms in District 39 who has been active, and it's being part of the PTO. You're just compelled to want to.
That's parent-teacher organization?
Yes,
okay.
I've been active in that. Having children in the school district as well as my godchild. Yeah. It's just it's a natural flow from my background, which, as we were talking about before, I was a television news and documentary producer.
With Smithsonian TV, which is very cool.
Smithsonian, but also with PBS, ABC, CBS, TLC.
Cool.
Lifetime. Did a whole bunch of different programming, but one of my my favorite was producing a show about education matters, and that was with the education correspondent from the McNeil NewsHour.
Ah.
Yes, he was wonderful, and it was a wonderful experience. So fascinating, and it really. It's just this is just all a natural flow for me. So anyway, just serving a lot in the community and also in the PTO in various positions, and thought, you know what, there's a position open. Let me go and serve my community in that way. So.
Very cool. Now, I mean, different cities have different things that, like in Chicago, I'm familiar with LSCs, local school councils, and at one time they used to have power over principals, which, by the way, didn't work out very well at all.
Right. But
in in District 39. I mean, basically, what is it that you can? Is it just a matter of input and back and forth conversation? What is it that you would like to accomplish?
Well, you know what I've noticed. In fact, I looked in yesterday's Chicago Trib, and there seem to be strikes that seem to be rolling through the Chicagoland area. And right now, we're in a teacher contract union negotiation, and that's just something I just feel compelled to engage in, to be a part of the solution, to really just try and come up with a way that's a win-win-win situation for not only the teachers, but also for the students, the taxpayer, and the schools itself. So that's one thing that's right now is the teacher union negotiation contract.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a major. I mean, that's definitely interesting. When is the election, by the way?
The election is April 9th. It's Tuesday, so make sure you can get out there and vote.
Vote early, vote often.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, once. By the way, I say that to the state's attorney, too. So.
And she doesn't do anything. She hasn't handcuffed you.
No, not yet.
That's a good thing. The election's in April, and there are 5 people running for 4 seats. So, it should be a good time.
So basically, is there problems right now in terms of the teachers and the contract and all that?
Well, back in 2008, they were given a 5.5% guaranteed pay increase, and that came at a really difficult time, and as things have been.
Yeah, that's when the real estate market fell.
Right, and a lot of taxpayers. I mean, even on my own block. In my neighborhood, there was a neighbor facing bankruptcy, and her taxes were going up. We had the 67% income tax raised by Governor Quinn. Then we had a lot of other, people just were feeling nickel and dimed. Well, this one was really actually feeling it. She was on the verge of bankruptcy. We had a foreclosure, a short sale on our street, and so then when you keep hearing about, pension. We have, what is it now, a $96 billion pension line?
And growing by the minute. And by the time we're on the air, it might be 97.
Yeah. No, yes.
And with that 67% increase, it hasn't done a thing to affect the deficit pension at all. And the indebtedness, which is crazy. I mean, and businesses are actually moving out of Illinois because of things like that, and not starting. And I'll tell you something, if I was starting right now, Illinois and Chicago would be the last place I wanted to be.
Right.
Because the business climate is...
Well, and this is what's going on in Springfield. So Springfield's now talking about, well, let's shift this over to the school districts. Well, I want to be part of that dialogue. I want to collaborate and figure out, okay, what are some solutions that we can figure out here that's a win-win situation for the state, the taxpayer, the teachers, and we were talking about John Tillman earlier. John Tillman has some wonderful ideas at the Illinois Policy Institute, just to really be a part of the solution on that, because it's going to sink us. I mean, we're the laughing stock across the country, you know. And
yeah, we are. It's like Forbes has us rated 49th out of 50 states, and I think we're heading to number 50, and our credit has been downgraded. We are the credit of the state of Illinois is actually less than some third world countries. There are third world countries with higher credit rating than the state of Illinois.
Yeah, and something's got to give. So I'm hoping that, you know, by serving in that capacity, not only for you know, at the local level, that somehow will have an effect in Springfield. You know, what's going on. Maybe the solution comes out of District 39. Who knows? You know,
that'd be great.
You
and
know,
the fact of the matter is, you never know. You know, if you're willing to speak up, and this is something people should understand who are watching. People who are willing to speak up. You know, if enough people speak up, their voice will actually be heard.
Bingo.
Because nobody in their right minds thinks this is a good situation.
Right.
And in Springfield, it's like, the most productive thing that could happen is probably a thermonuclear incendiary device could fall on the state capitol in full session with the governor there.
And that would be helpful, right?
That would be very helpful.
Oh my goodness. So those are a few of the things that, you know, I think are probably coming down the pike. Like I said, the Tribune came out with Grays Lake teacher strike just ending yesterday. However, they haven't voted on a contract. So the school board is part of that. I tell you what, though, one of the school board members said she was threatened. There was a threatening voicemail that was left on her. Yeah, and I thought, okay, I hope Nev doesn't get like that, you know, in other districts across Illinois.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. It's you know, it's disappointing. It's just so sad that, you know, you can't talk to one another and you can't work together and say, you know what, we're all trying to work for a situation that's going to be helpful, not only for you, but for the kids, for the teachers, for all of us. I mean, we can make this happen without having to threaten each other and just be ugly, you know. So
yeah, I think you're 100% correct. Do you have a website? I mean, how are you campaigning?
Not yet.
Okay.
I hope to, and that's one of the things. As I said to a neighbor when I went around getting signatures for the petition to get on the ballot, I'm number 1 on the ballot, Jasmine Hauser.
Oh, cool! That counts for a lot.
Yeah, you know, they said it does. I'm hopeful it will. I really got out there early. It was right in the thick of Christmas and the holiday season, but I really wanted to give it my best and get the signatures that I needed, and I wanted to get there extra early to say, you know, because I wanted to be able to enjoy the holidays too. So
for sure, I
was there bright and early, and the superintendent who received my my ballot was surprised. Oh, you're here! So it was good. It was good, and he said, you know, we had to wait till 8 o'clock, and then I got my the verification that yes, you are number 1 on the ballot. So that was encouraging.
That's great. We are running out of time, by the way.
Oh no, that's fine. Thank you.
Well, first of all, if people want to contact you or help you with the campaign,
yes, you can email me at my name, Jasmine, like the flower, Jasmine, Jasmine, Hauser, Hauser @gmail.com, and hopefully by then I'll have a website where you can actually. I hope to make it interactive so that the people can have a voice and tell me what's on their heart and their mind, and hopefully I'll be able to take that into the school board.
Jasmine Hauser, thank you so much. It's
Thanks,
been a pleasure. And he had a great time with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me. Thank you.